It's amazing. I'm special because, like I said, I've run con games, but it's amazing seeing this many people. I keep talking to people who this is their first Wyrd Con or even their first exposure to LARPing, and this is crazy. How are all these people showing? What are they doing? They're fighting in hallways and screaming at each other and throwing little beanbags, and that's what it's always like. But it's seeing this many people. I did not expect this many people. I expected maybe 2 conference rooms. You know, a bunch of people I already knew. I've met more new people in the last weekend than I've met in the last 6 months. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a great production. They've put heart, soul, sweat, money, blood, tears, all of the above into making this as amazing as it is. It's gonna keep going. Like I said, I didn't expect it to kick off, and we're in the 4th one now. I mean, they're already planning a 5th one. It's already in the works. I don't know the details on it because I just got back, but I knowing Ira, knowing Jocelyn, knowing the guys and the girls who are behind it, it's gonna be bigger. I'd be surprised if we didn't take up an entire hotel, like floor to ceiling, or I don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, it can only go up at this point. We've got 3 new LARP groups this year that are at least 60 people each. I mean, we broke capacity this year over last year. It's just going to keep getting bigger. We've got Jim Butcher's a big name. I can only imagine who we're going to get more, because there are a lot of nerds in the entertainment, and the movie, and the book industry. It's going to get bigger. It's just going to be more games, more fun, more education too. Something I was surprised by, because I'm used to LARP, or I'm used to conventions just being games, just hitting each other with foam and screaming at each other and stuff, and role playing and crying and all that. But there's some fascinating panels here this year that blew me away. I mean, art of storytelling, how to capture your audience, how to create a good character, how to make a weapon, how not to write a bad story. There's just, I could keep going. I mean, there's some, I actually will keep going, because there was a great story I heard from somebody who played in one of the games here, which the guy wrote as a LARP social experiment called The Prison. And it was all the players, and they were prisoners, and it was the social experiment of basically like Survivor, where you have to make friends, and then 2 people become judges, and you vote people out of the prison to be executed or whatever. And it was this huge. He wrote it as a game, but he also wanted to see how people function in that environment. So it's a good example of how LARP, I'm kind of a tangent here, but it's an example of how LARP can be used for more than just entertainment and gaming. He really wanted to see how people would work. Like, let's put these people in this scenario, let's not give them names, let's give them numbers, let's see how they interact. So there's just so much, and yeah, I could keep going, but there's a lot. I think it already is, and it can only get better with what it's doing, which is that it's exposing isolated groups of LARPers to what else is out there. Like I said, coming from the old school, from 20 years ago, where there was just us, the IFGS group, and we heard of a few other groups, but they were up north, and they would hit hard, and they were mean, and you know, we had those social stigmas of not interacting, and we had no way to really interact other than 1 or 2 people would go try it out, and they'd either come back and say yay, or they come back and say boo, and then we'd either go or not. But it really is a place where I can't even imagine how many different LARP groups, I don't know actually how many different LARP campaigns we have running this weekend. I think it's like 12 or 15 different individually run campaigns are happening this weekend, from the modern day fairy tale LARP to a Dresden File LARP to Star Wars to there's a faux Defiance LARP happening. And you get these people who they're brought in, like Defiance, for example. It's not, I probably shouldn't use Defiance, the Star Wars LARP. They come in because they're a Star Wars fan, and they want to be a Jedi, or they want to be a whatever, and then all of a sudden they're exposed to all these other types of LARPs and other types of things that this community can do, and they had no idea. They got brought in by one little string, and then it just branches out from this convention. I mean, there's social networking in media, but that's all just words. When you see it, when you're down in the hallway that just happened, there was this giant 30-on-40 fight in the hallway in the hotel room, and you're just somebody there because you like Star Wars, you have no idea what to do with that. You just want to go help. So I think that's what it does. It's the exposure, not just to other LARPers, but to other people in transmedia, in regular media, in the entertainment industry. It does give you a glimpse, a snapshot of what all can be possibly become. If I am able to, I will definitely come back next year. As I've said, I love helping. I love behind the scenes. I love, one of the joys I get out of LARPing so much is, I started, as most people do, where I got excited and I had a hero in my head of who I wanted to be, and I wanted to play that hero. I wanted to be the Rascal. I wanted to be Han Solo, or, you know, Malcolm Reynolds, or whatever it is I wanted to be, you know, that shade, or Dresden, whoever you pick, your hero is, you try to be that guy, and then you realize, oh, I'm not really that guy. Anyway, you become that hero, and you play, and you make fictional relationships and enemies and heroes, and you save people and you don't save people, and it's this great high of you're the star of your own movie. And then you start to see the behind the scenes. You start to help staff, you start to help be the monster, or write the game, or produce the game, or build the maze, or build the rock wall, or the special effects. And you start to see there's so much more that you suddenly, you see there's so much more, and you suddenly start contributing to the back end. And it's like an evolution of a LARPer. You start to play, and then you see there's more to it. Watching somebody go through a game I've written or produced or helped put on, and watching them get ambushed, or figure out the puzzle, or save the damsel, or drink the wrong potion, whatever it is, there's nothing like that. Just watching, even not having not written it, but creating that world and having people live in that world is just, I mean, there's nothing, I guess making movies is the only thing like it, but it's not even that, because people are watching a movie, and that's when they're in the movie. So yeah, that's why I come back to these things. That's why I continue to LARP. I mean, this is just another cog in the wheel of making sure that LARP is just awesome.